So we have good information here. A band from Edmonton. Already at this point, they've already made some big waves in Edmonton. We have two of the four members here, B-Boye and Connell. It's great to finally meet you. Maybe we can start with you guys giving a little bit of an introduction of yourselves. Maybe start with Connell.
Oh yeah, my name's Connell Stinnison. I play guitar and good information. I produce as well. Got a couple projects with good information coming up. Very excited to share. As far as production goes, yeah.
I'm B-Boye. I play drums for good information. I'm just graduating from MacEwan, I guess in like 3 weeks. And I play in a few other bands around the city.
Which bands?
Play for Arlo Maverick, and I just started playing for a bunch of other bands that I can't really say yet.
Okay, well that's cool. Gives us something to look forward to. Maybe if you want to speak about the band members that aren't here.
Yeah, definitely. So we have Lucas Kuru. He's our bassist. He's actually in med school right now. We scooped him up for this band. So yeah.
And Andre plays keys. I went to high school with Andre and Lucas, and he's also graduating from MacEwan in a couple weeks. Yeah.
Cool. Next questions. You guys have 2 residencies here at the Common. I think Rejazz is one of them.
Yes.
Could you go into Rejazz and then maybe explain to us what's different about both of them?
Yeah, so the first one was originally a monthly residency. It's called Common Thread. And it's essentially us featuring another young jazz group in the city alongside us, and basically just trying to tie the common thread in like the history of jazz and the development of jazz. So we'll play like some swing tunes like from the 60s and 70s, and then we'll play like super modern tunes that are kind of like straight and messing with different time signatures. And then we're trying to feature an array of bands in the city that kind of represent different aspects of jazz. Mm-hmm. And then Rejazzed is us kind of, like you said, taking important hip hop artists that we're into and reinterpreting their work for our context. So like usually that means we put a jazz spin on their work.
For sure.
So
cool. That sounds super interesting. With Night Vision, there's one thing that you guys have done. You guys have broken their spell. They've only kind of really stuck to dance music. And I think you're the first. You and Dean are the first bands that they booked. What is your relationship with Night Vision?
Yeah, well, I've known Sahib for 5-6 years now. Something like that. Yeah, it's been, we both went to MacEwan. We were both guitarists in that program. And we both took the recording program there as well. Okay. And he was always, always talking about Nicholas Yar. And I was like, who's Nicholas Yar? I don't know who this is. And then I looked up Nicholas Yar, and I was like, oh, this is really cool. So that kind of led me into like the dance. That was my first foray into the dance music realm, I guess, or electronica in that sense. For sure. Yeah, but then going from there, I would always come out to Night Vision shows and just check it out. And they were always top notch.
They're a lot of fun.
Yeah.
What do you guys have planned for the future?
Ooh, definitely shows this summer. Yeah, usually we like to keep indoors for our shows, but we want to keep them outside.
Yeah, I guess that's kind of the way to go.
Yeah. How much can I delve into this? I don't know.
You got some secrets?
We can talk about Kanye.
Yeah. Yeah, so we're organizing a show. B-Boye wrote a grant through MacEwan to put on a show with a string quartet. and we're going to be arranging Kanye West tunes.
Can you tell us where or when? This sounds really interesting.
Well, actually, we can't. Because,
Okay, well, hey.
just because we actually don't know where
Right.
or when it will happen.
Wow.
We pretty much finished arranging the tunes, and we've met up with the Vertex String Quartet in the city, and we've applied to have it at the legislature band shell, I guess just like 2 blocks, from here. And we're just kind of waiting until it's allowed. And the ledge, they're also just waiting until it's allowed.
Right.
They've kind of approved it halfway, and they're just like, once it's literally, you're allowed to have, 50 to 100 people in a big open space, then it can happen.
Cool. Well, you heard it here. Stay tuned. And speaking of work, this goes into the next question. I hear you have a Faro sandwich.
I used to have a Faro sandwich.
Explain that.
I worked at Faro for like a year,
Okay.
and yeah, I guess I don't know if they still do it. I still go to Faro a lot. I haven't seen like the Trick Grick in a while, but
Is that yours?
well, no, like the
Oh.
Trick Grick, like basically is a sandwich because the Grick is kind of the Faro staple, and about a month, like a different employee or like kind of special guest gets to trick out the Grick. And so while I was working there, I tricked out the Grick, and my favorite food at the time, I don't know if it still is, was shepherd's pie. So I basically made a shepherd's pie sandwich.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Wow. I didn't try it. Hopefully it's still in the rotation. So I hear you guys do like freestyle sometimes at your performances.
Yeah, we feature rappers, and we like years ago we kind of put an open call. We were like, if you're a rapper, just like hit us up. We want to work with you.
Right here. Yeah, no, that's awesome that you guys do that. I'm a part of a group called Young Kings. Maybe this could be the initial bridge. Maybe we can do something in the future. Thank you guys so much. That was great. I'm excited for everybody to hear you on the stream, and can't wait to see you guys succeed in the future.
Oh, thanks.
Sweet. Thanks, yeah.
Awesome, and thanks to the Common and Night Vision.